Three, two, one.
Yay, okay, I think we're live. Um, so we are here with the Nancys. You guys said you are in Gainesville, right? That's where you are right now.
Yes.
And that's obviously where you guys met as a band. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us that, and then we can go from there because I'm super excited.
Hi, my name is Shane. I'm the drummer for the Nancys.
My name is Ella, and I sing and I play guitar.
Hi, I'm Theo.
Nice. Okay, so tell me a little bit. First, tell me about your sound and also how you guys met because I'm super curious. I read Brooke's interview of how she talked to you earlier this year, but that didn't give me the full story. I need all the details. So just tell me like what's happening.
Well, our sound is kind of like it goes through a bunch of things, but I would say like primarily we're under the genre of indie rock, maybe alternative kind of. But like each song can kind of have its own genre. And we met we're all when we were all students. I started the band in October of 2023. We went through a couple of rotating members before we like kind of put out an Instagram post saying we needed a bassist and a drummer. And so these two reached out, and then like Theo moved from bass to lead guitar and Shane stayed on drums, and yeah.
Well, I feel like that's like a really classic story of like a band meeting. Okay, one
Yeah.
time I was talking to this band and they were like, we met on Craigslist. Like I put the listing on Craigslist, like, hey, does anyone want to join a band with me? And I thought that was like an interesting approach, but it was
That's a
effective. I mean,
I like
Wait,
that.
who was that? That's crazy.
this band called Senses. I
Okay.
don't know if you know them. They're like super also. Maybe they're
Cyclist?
like more emo punk,
Yeah, that's
I would
very
say. Yeah. But that was really funny. Okay, so you guys met in college.
yeah.
And I would love to know, I don't know if Brooke has kind of the same question, but what was it like to be a band in a college town? As someone like who, I mean, I went to college, I just graduated last year, but I kind of was on the outside of it, knew a couple people in bands, but I want to hear like the experience of being a band in college and balancing that. I guess that's the question.
Mhm.
Right. And also, if I can add in, just based off like Instagram and everything, it seems like Florida has kind of a really nice like community for like college student musicians and stuff like that. Yeah. So just tell us about that.
Can go. So when you start playing these really kind of like drudgy house shows. So like we'd play these shows where it'd start pouring. We'd be playing outside and it'd start raining, and then all the electricity would go out, and everyone would have to like go into a pavilion. And then slowly you kind of like work your way up into like, well, there's like a solid place called Lucy's. It's like a nice bar we'll play at. And then like the goal is to get to like Heartwood Soundstage, and then you get there, and then you kind of keep moving up, and then ideally you'll like. I remember we went to like Orlando for the first time. That was like our first out of town gig, but it's like a slow build. But it's pretty consistently active because no matter what level you're at, people are pretty active. Like the house shows aren't like insane, but people go to them and they're pretty consistent, and then you can kind of move your way up. But it's always like good crowds, pretty high energy.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd say, like, it's also a big community, like, it's very tight knit in some ways where, like, you kind of go to a party or a house show and it's, like, the same, like, standard, like, 20 people that you see, like, every weekend, which is kinda cool because that's, like, how I met some of, like, my closest friends. But, yeah, I feel like a big part of our brand was, like, being a college band and kinda being a DIY sort of, like, anyone can start a band and like do this stuff and like make good music. So that was like a big like part and still is like a big associating like thing with us. Like even though Shade and I graduated in May, Theo's still in college and it's still like our primary fan base is like 18 to 24.
I have to agree. It's a very lively scene here, and it's very cool because, especially this year, we had the opportunity to play shows affiliated with the University of Florida, and that got us a great opportunity to sort of introduce ourselves to a new audience of students and convert them to the music scene here,
Yes.
which is really awesome.
Can you tell me more about that house show experience where it was outside and it was just pouring down rain? Because that sounds like atrocious. It sounds fun, I will say, like, okay, being there and hearing the music in the rain, but then also, I don't know how long I would survive standing in the rain. Like, I don't know. And then, like, did it keep going? I just need to know.
And your
Um,
equipment, did it live?
yes. So we set up at that show, and I think that we played
Which
last.
show was it?
That
The one
was
that
it.
says
That
it
was it.
says?
Yeah, it says in the back
There is
here.
I mean, it's Gainesville, and it's always raining.
Yeah.
So sometimes you would, like
Okay.
but this is one of those shows where
Yeah, we played last,
couldn't
and
wait.
the first 2 bands went, and, like, the PA was already smoking before it even started raining, and then it started raining, and the other band finished their set, and everyone just got under, like, these pavilions and, like, patios, and then eventually, like, half the people left, but then people still wanted us to play, so we just moved all the gear into the upstairs room of the house and, like, had, like, 1 vocal monitor that would normally face the performers facing out that had the vocals, and it was just kinda like a scrappy set. It was pretty enjoyable, though, but
Okay.
that was a chaos gig.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, Brooke, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, I was gonna ask, so y'all have played, like, all over Florida, and you guys have a show in New York soon, right?
Mhm.
When is that?
We have 2 shows. We have one in Brooklyn on the 7th and then or the 8th, sorry, and one in, the city on the 9th.
How are you guys, like, preparing for that?
It's our first, like, out of state show, so it's kind of a little bit scary, but also I feel like Gainesville and, like, Brooklyn especially are pretty connected. There's a bunch of, like, people that we know in the music scene who have since now moved to Brooklyn and New York, so it's not that scary because we know people up there, but I think it'll be a good chance to play in front of a new audience, maybe one that hasn't exactly heard us before. But we're just practicing, and the biggest thing is we don't know how to get, like, our luggage or our gear up there is, like, the biggest problem
Yeah, I
for
think
us.
we're, like, we're gonna be borrowing all the other band's stuff.
Like, Googling if you can bring
Whoa.
plane.
You're not driving. You're flying, you said? Whoa, yeah. Yeah, because I guess that drive would be actually gnarly. Like, I don't know if I would,
Pretty
like
long.
So,
14 hours.
it's 14 I was, like, 27.
I think it's 14.
I feel like
somewhere
it's
between there.
longer. Yeah, I know
Somewhere
someone
between.
who did, like, Fort Lauderdale to, like, Jersey, and it took, like, 24.
Might
That's
be
what I
wrong
thought,
then.
2
I
days.
might be wrong, yeah.
But, yeah, we're fine. We did a benefit show or not a benefit show, but, like, a more of a fundraising show, like, and we were just fundraising for us to go to, like, New York, like, we just played a show and, like, instead of, like, taking that money, we just put it towards, like,
Yeah, it's an
flights.
investment playing in New
Wow.
York.
Yeah, definitely. Is that your first time in New York, like, in general?
I went this summer, because my girlfriend had an internship up there. That was, like, my first time within, like, memory.
Okay.
I've been there a bunch of times, but I think it's
I've
Shane's
never
first
been
time
there.
now.
It's
Wow,
your
how are
first.
you feeling? I've never been either.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How am I feeling?
Oh, really?
I'm excited. I'm trying to, like, search up the best coffee shops there to visit,
There's a lot.
and there's a lot, like you said.
definitely.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've been going since I was a kid, so I feel very connected. Like, my parents are from there, so it's very nice.
Okay. Well,
The
that's, like, so also, like, congrats, like, your first time going to New York, is that you're playing a show there? Like, how awesome
Yeah.
is that?
Good
Sick.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Like, slight flex?
it's like
Yeah. Well, that's super awesome, and
Kind of, like, on, like, a similar note, and you guys mentioned doing, like, official UF shows. Do you wanna talk about the one you just did where you also opened for the Army, the Navy?
it's actually a Florida State University show.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's an
but it's, like, the
exception.
same,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
vein
Same
of
vein.
stuff.
But, yeah, honestly, I don't even know how we got those shows, like,
So,
they well, I mean,
Gets us-
it's her.
So-
She gets
for
us the
sure.
shows. We just play the shows.
yeah,
I
I
do-
do most of the booking for the band, but we have been in talks with so the production company that hosts these FSU shows is called CDU, and they're called Club Down Under at Florida State. They're a little similar to, like, UF's, student government productions where they, like, get a lot of funding from the university and from the state to put on these shows. I know the past ones they had, like, Faye Webster and Role Model, like, last year play, which is crazy. So they've got a huge budget, but they're located in their student union. They have this stage, and I had known a couple girls. I was friends with a couple girls who were in the program for, like, 2 years. This was, like, a while ago, and they graduated, and, they try and find local bands to support some of these touring acts, so they had reached out to us for some Battle of the Band show that we were unable to make, and that's when they offered us the Army of the Navy show. So that was pretty cool. It was, like, a nice everything fell into place for that. So super sick.
Yeah. That sounds really cool. Cause I mean, similar to like reading with Edge Ho, like I did like a show review with Arm the Navy, so I feel like every
Mhm.
time y'all post a new show, I feel like it's like the off the record universe, like expanding it, interconnecting more.
There's definitely a
And
multiverse of
yeah,
overlapping
yeah.
artists, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. So it's like really cool to follow you guys and see that. I guess before going into like more of like the fun like game challengey stuff, do you want to just like talk about your newest song a little bit, Walking Out? I know last time we talked, I mean it was mostly like the EP. How is Walking Out different from the EP, if it is at all? And like, can you explain the process behind writing that song and releasing it?
That was the first song we made like demos for, established demos. Mainly, it was the first song that we fully produced ourselves. So at that point, after the EP, I bought my friend Tyler's drum kit. And then I set up a studio in my apartment. And then I bought like a bunch of microphones, like a 16 channel, like adapter, 16 channel audio interface. So we did like demos of that. We recorded the drums and like built the whole song. But then it was like, okay, we decided we needed to speed it up 5 BPM, and like a lot of the guitar tones were off. So we gave it another shot, and that ended up being the final recording. I guess like production wise, that was the most effort we'd put in before, and like the most thought we'd put into it. Because before, like we'd go to like I have an internship at a recording studio, Little Wing Studio, and we would just go there and like poach like a drum recording that had already happened. They'd keep everything set up for us. We just click record and like get as much done as we could in a night, and then build tracks off that. So this is like the first time that it was like we had our own stuff to do our own recordings, and that's how all the future songs we make will be too. We kind of were more in house at this point, and I feel like that was also the first time that, or maybe like I remember we were doing a practice and Ella came to us with like 3 chords and kind of like an idea of like dun dun dun, and then we kind of like helped her build that. She wrote all the lyrics and decided most of the structure. But it felt like the earliest that Shane and I had like seen like the start of a song to like the end point. A lot of times Ella will just have like the whole song written, like everything, and bring it to us, and then we just kind of figure out our parts. But it was like maybe like a step behind that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and I can definitely talk about like the writing aspect of it. Was this song was a little harder to write. I guess I was trying to find the right words, and it also was maybe a bit different than the EP, which I feel like came out and was a lot more maybe like bright and happy. And so we were kind of transitioning into this new era of like maybe a more mature, like dialed in rock sound. So that was fun to experiment, play with, and almost like a little shoegaze grungy. Like we said, like every song kind of filters between different genres. So it's fun to kind of go between those. But yeah, I think this was like the next step to follow, and it just felt pretty natural to go through that after the EP and putting that song together. The writings proved a bit challenging, but like it all worked out in the end. And I feel like it is kind of like a more yearning, like a little sad, but like rocky, scream in your car kind of song. So definitely has some vocals that are a lot more punchier and like more belting than any of our other like calmer songs. So that was a fun process. And I actually wrote it like very quickly after we had finished the EP because we had announced the EP before it was done. So we were kind of in a race to finish it by this date. And then I ended up writing that song like 3 weeks after the EP came out. So it was cool to kind of like move straight to the next thing.
Yeah, I feel like I can definitely hear everything you're talking about with like the more sophisticated production, but also kind of like a angstier sound, if you will. So yeah, Reagan, did you wanna?
That was really interesting. I didn't
You
Oh,
said
we said
Reegan. Shane can't hear anything.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't really know that like that's kind of where you guys come in the end, or about like your process, that Ella usually brings the songs to you and then you guys kind of fill in from there. So that was really interesting. But that does kind of lead me to my next question, is that kind of where you guys see your genre moving next, or what is next for the Nancys? Do you guys even know? Are you guys like in the process of that? Is a single leading to something more, or what? Not to prompt you guys, but I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, we definitely just want to keep making music. We have another song coming out. I don't know if I can announce it or will announce a date, but we do have like more in the chamber. We've been playing unreleased songs live. but I think our goal right now is to just kind of write and record as much music as possible and maybe lead up to, an album. We just built like a studio in our house a little bit. It's a bit tough because like in this day and age, I feel like in the industry, you kind of just have to keep releasing singles. So it's hard to like kind of spend a year writing an album without like releasing something else if you don't have a label backing you. But yeah, we're just trying to write as much music as we can and just put it out. And we just like playing shows and having a good time. I think like there will definitely be a shift in our sound. We, like Theo said, like most of the time I write and come to them with a full song, but like we also have just been experimenting writing more as a band, and kind of like coming up with stuff together. So I've been a pretty solo writer, but it's interesting to go out of my comfort zone and write like more melodies with the band.
Right, wait, sorry. This is what I'm totally forgetting, is that in the beginning, before we even started recording, is you guys said that you were roommates. We can't skip that. Like, how is that? So, okay, wait. You started the band and then you became roommates? Like, that's true?
Yeah. So
Okay,
we just
right,
moved
right.
into this house in August.
Okay, right. Well, that's like
We
so awesome.
it makes everything a lot more convenient.
Yeah, right. Just walk across the hallway, let's write a song or something. And wow, so now you have a studio there.
Yeah, we built one in our
Wow.
garage. Theo built one.
Yes, I have been
Wow.
crafting.
Okay, yeah. I see. I feel like you have the technical master. That's what I've been getting from this combo, is that you know that
It
the
was a
machines
handy
that are needed.
so I built like insulation walls and everything. Yeah, I spent like 1.6K in like a week.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
half that was the band fund.
no, it sounds necessary,
Oh,
right,
it,
from what I know about
it's
the
not
studio.
even that it's necessary, it's that I just wanted to do it.
Okay,
We
so
were touring houses and we like walked through this house and it was really nice. And then the realtor lady like walked us to the backyard. I was like, "Ooh, what a nice backyard!" And she's like, "And here's the detached garage." And I was like, "Oh!" And then we walked inside. Me and Shane were like, "Oh, uh, okay."
perfect. That's
So
exactly what happened when I lived in school and I was touring this house. I walked in and they just had the perfect living room. I was like, I can imagine if you pack 100 people in here right now.
Yeah.
Let's do a show today. Like, I feel like those moments just come together so perfectly. Yeah. So I totally get it. Well, thank you guys. Brooke, if you don't have anything else, like we can move into just our final question or
do it.
two.
Go for it.
I'm gonna give you the 1975 albums in complete random order, and you guys have to unanimously agree 1 through 5 on where you would rank the albums.
Shane likes
Is that tough?
I don't know the 1975. The 1975, I only listened to because that was the comp for Sucker.
I'm very inspired by
Good,
the
go.
1975.
Okay.
Chose them
I can't contribute. I can pretend to
on
contribute.
Vibe.
I
No,
love
like
that.
pretend, like exactly.
Go.
Okay. Or we can move into another artist. So that could also be just as fun. Do you guys
Yeah, is there
have
someone
another
that you
artist
all have?
that?
Yeah.
God, that we all know.
No, I feel like
the 1975 is
I feel like
Yeah,
this
do
one
that
we
one.
all-
That
we
one.
have very different music tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or
Nothing else? Like there's nothing?
like maybe the Beatles.
Sure.
Thoughts?
I know a lot about like very specific songs. I don't really know anything about albums.
I'm very into albums. So.
Yeah. Just start. Just do one. We can do
Okay.
1975.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Go.
Okay. So number 1 through 5, and you could just place them anywhere. Self-titled 3, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Notes on a conditional form
4.
4. Wow. Okay, that's like my favorite of them.
Oh.
And okay, a brief inquiry.
That one was 5.
Wow. Wow. And I like When You Sleep is 1. Guys,
OG. I listened to them like when they were like
Yeah.
Like,
She's an OG. You're not an
when
OG.
when they were like 2014 like Tumblr, like that was like
right.
them. So that's like the parts that like those are the ones that stick out to me the most.
No, I completely agree. Like I get it.
Even
I
if
get
they're
it.
not the best, they mean the most.
Yeah, I'm a notes truther. Like,
yeah, that one's
I'm
good. I
sorry.
looked it up in a because I couldn't remember the 5th one, and I was like, yeah, that one's really good.
Oh,
We're
and
sorry.
even
Sorry, Reegan.
that's okay. Like, I get it. Don't worry. I'm not hurt. Okay, Favorite song on I Like It When You Sleep, though.
I love Ugh. I love Love Me.
That's a good one.
I think She's American is on there? Or is that on the self-titled?
No, that's I Like It When You Sleep.
Yeah. I love those. Those are like great songs. Nana, I think, is on there.
The only song I know is Chocolate. It's the only song.
Me too. Not gonna lie, me too.
What?
That's the
I don't
sucker.
know, I'm not a 1975 person.
That's crazy. In 2025?
Be there. You had to be there.
You had to
I
be
wasn't there.
there.
That's the thing. I feel like I can't act like I've been there when I haven't.
If you
Whoa.
weren't there, then like it's hard to get into them now.
Okay.
Right.
Theo
Yeah.
or Shane, like, can we pick an artist for you and do the same thing, or is that the vibe?
I like Tame Impala.
Okay. Wait, I can get into that. Hold on.
I don't know anything about Tame
How
Impala.
many? What?
I'm sorry, but my number one
I know the basics.
for Tame Impala's.
Okay. How many? Tame Impala has.
What? How dare you?
I
Inner
missed the
Speaker.
Tame Impala wave. I think you have to be a
He loves Inner
boy
Speaker.
to like.
He likes Inner Speaker.
Stop.
Okay, I never listened to. Apparently, his first Inner Speaker. Is that a vibe? Like, should we include that?
Speaker, that's number one.
I
Okay.
disagree.
Mixed by Dave Fridman. Does not get enough credit for the work he did.
Okay. I agree.
Tame Impala isn't just one guy. It's one guy.
What?
And also Dave Fridman.
It's one guy.
I had no
It's
idea.
one guy and a lot of soul, a lot
Dave
of spirit.
I love Dave Fridman.
Okay, let's go the Slow Rush.
Like that could be.
I think there is 4. I think he has.
Yeah, his new one's coming out. That's
It's
already gonna
coming
be
out.
5.
I was
Yeah.
about to say.
Alright, number 5. Already at the bottom of the pile.
He's getting into like house music and
hell
DJing,
no.
which is like middle aged. You know, do your thing. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's more successful than me. I'm not trying to talk shit. But like, sorry, Slow Rush. It's like a 4, but like not by much.
Okay. That's really interesting. Currents.
Current is
That's number 1 for me.
maybe like 3.
Whoa. Okay, wait, did I say lonerism already?
Lonerism's
No.
10.
It's the last one, I think.
So I like it gets less favorite as time goes on. I liked where he started. His first EP is good as well. Like there's like
Yeah.
It's actually
that
from
one?
Lonerism.
his
that's
first
from
EP.
Lonerism?
His first EP is called Tame Impala, and it's like it sounds like a bunch of garage recordings like that are professionally mixed because of Dave Fridman.
Okay.
Because of Dave Fridman.
God, you love
Okay.
I love Dave Fridman.
Dave Stan.
Dave Fridman mixed. He mixed and produced for MGMT, The Flaming Lips. He's kind of a beast.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know.
That's a wrap. That's a rap sheet.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's all. Yeah. Well, there's live versions. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a cool one. I like that one, but it doesn't compete with like the fully recorded stuff. But I do like some of the stuff on there. It's just less of a art piece and more of a live thing.
Okay. Well, that's all 4 of them, 5 of them.
Nice.
Interesting. Really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Shane, do we have a vibe for you, or are you going like
I
that?
you just say Joy Division. We don't have 2 albums, but we
Beast.
could do Led Zeppelin. That's
Okay. All right.
that might be
Do they have a big discography?
yeah. That's
How
actually
many do they have?
We're
Oh
gonna-
yeah.
shit.
They got
Whoa.
9 albums.
All right.
Okay.
let's do it.
You gonna rank all 9 or just the
They're
top
too
5?
successful. Just say your top 5 in order
Just
right now.
just say them in order. You've been blind ranking
Top
'cause you know
5.
that.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Number 1 is Physical Graffiti. 2 is Led Zeppelin 4. 3 is Led Zeppelin 3. 2 is
Wait, didn't you already? Isn't you at 4 now?
No, he's going backwards.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
start at 5? Didn't you say what's 1?
wait, sorry. 1 is
Oh my
Physical
God.
Graffiti. I got confused. I said Led
Yeah,
Zeppelin
yeah,
4.
yeah.
And okay. 1 is Physical Graffiti. 2 is Led Zeppelin 4. 3 is Led Zeppelin. 4 is Led Zeppelin 3.
My gosh.
And 5 is what's the one with the shit?
Some fan.
I
You know-
have it up. What are you?
Cringe, and there's like that person laying down.
Houses of the Holy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Classic.
Classic. Wow. Okay. Well, that's honestly really interesting. I feel like now when I listen back to, like, your discography, I'm gonna be like, "Okay, wait, I hear a little, like, Led Zeppelin inspo coming in here, like, let me"
Gotta hear the 1975 and Sweet.
right?
Yes.
Lock into that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's definitely.
Oh, sorry, you said Sucker, not Sweet, my bad.
No, it transfers, definitely. It's ingrained in the songwriting.
Period.
I feel like you all have such kind of, like, different tastes, but that kind of, suit each other nicely, that I feel like works with your sound very well.
I agree.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and then last question, we love print media, physical media, I'm sorry. And so we always ask, what's one album everyone should own? And you guys can choose different artists, okay? You don't have to be locked into Led Zeppelin or 1925, just, like, do your vibe.
Vinyl or like what? Like a physical?
Yeah, like vinyl, CD, whatever your vibe is.
Oh, there's so many good albums.
I was actually just thinking
Um,
about this because I was watching the 10 out of 10 Pitchfork interviews where they asked like artists like, "What's your 10 out of 10 album?" But on record, it's like I feel like a different story.
I think that, which I want to buy this record next. I think that everyone should own Heaven or Las Vegas by the Cocteau Twins on vinyl. It's a great album.
Ooh,
Whoa.
that's good. That's true because it's like a classic, but it's also just like there's some classics where it's like, oh, I feel like I should have it because it's a classic, but it's not like my vibe. But Cocktail Twins is good.
I have two. I
Okay.
have these are like two of my first records. So I have Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. Like I feel like that's just like
Yeah.
you can really only listen
Yeah,
on record. And I would say The Stranger by Billy Joel was also
Yeah,
one of
those
my
are two.
first like full records that I would listen to back and forth. So I think those are two like I don't know if they're my top. They're obviously like top albums, but like for physical media, those are my top two that you gotta listen to.
I like
Yeah.
Rubber Soul by the Beatles.
That's a good.
I like the bass in that album.
I want to add another album too.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No,
No,
I think Mama's Gun by Erykah Badu is a great album. It's one of my favorite.
I don't even know any of the. I don't even know any of the stuff
He's trying to be
just said.
niche
He's
right
trying to
now.
be
I
out
don't
there.
think
He's
these are records that I've been wanting to buy for a while.
Niche
don't
off.
How's
You
it
don't
sound?
even know
Yeah,
that.
how do you even
But-
listen to him?
You don't even know
Shut
them,
up.
dude.
You probably never heard of this band. They're called
I'm not
Beatles.
talking like that.
Yeah,
I like
Well,
single and the third album of the Gringskins. Do you know them? They're my favorite logo.
yeah. I think anything from the 60s, 70s is like a classic meant to be listened to on record. All the
yeah.
Beatles. I have some of like the original Beatles from like my grandpa, which are super cool because they're all fucked up, but it's nice.
well, I completely agree, and I really well now I'm gonna write those down because I think there was one that I've actually never heard, so I'm gonna go back and listen to that. But that's all I have. Brooke, do you have anything?
No, that was
Well-
so fun.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us. Like,
Thank
I'm
you.
really excited. If you guys are ever in Chicago, DC, whatever, like, just know that we'll be there.
Yeah,
Just know.
come to DC.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys, and thank you, Susie. I hope she's still listening.
Yes.
Thanks for our audience member. Shout
Yes.
out.
This is our manager. Yeah.
Wow. Does she run it like the Navy? Period. Okay. Well, thank you so much, guys. Like, this was really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Have a good night. Bye, y'all.